Hey friends, we are back from the Netherlands. I know, we had to go again. Yeah, we went to see Vincent van Gogh in the Netherlands, and now we went to see Piet Mondrian. He's so awesome. He's actually one of the greatest artists of the 20th century, and he pioneered what we call abstract art. And his artistic direction moved from figurative drawing and painting to increase abstract style. So when you follow his work on a timeline, you can actually see it being reduced or becoming simplified to the point where he only used simple geometric elements, and he only used primary colors to accomplish this. What? Yeah. So we are going to do a version of the Winter Cardinal with Talfalgar Square in the background. This is our version of Piet Mondrian Winter Cardinal with Talfalgar Square. This is a combination piece. I will see you on the drawing board. Hey friends, today we're going to do our version of a Winter Cardinal inspired by the artist Piet Mondrian. Our Winter Cardinal will be drawn first, and our background is actually going to be inspired by the piece Talfalgar Square. Today you will need a blank paper, an eraser, definitely need a ruler for your background. If you don't have a ruler, anything that can create a straight edge, unless you want to free line it, that's perfectly fine with me. A Sharpie marker for outlining. If you don't have a Sharpie marker, you can use a black color pencil, a black crayon, or a regular black marker, or you can just stick to the pencil. And you definitely need some sort of color. Today we're going to use our primary colors red, primary color yellow, and primary color blue in the variation of crayon, markers, or color pencils, whatever you have. Okay, and I'm going to start off with a pencil, and then I'm going to erase as I go along, and then I'll come back and do my outline. So the first thing I want to do is create the wing of my cardinal, and it almost looks like a teardrop. And then we're going to do the top of his head. So there's a curved line that goes towards the upper left, and then it kind of curves back down. And then this part is going to taper in a little bit and curve into the wing. And now this part is the tricky part, not really tricky. I want you to create a circle for the eye. And this is the black area of his face. And then our beak. Okay? And let's go ahead and create his legs. So he's got 1, 2, 3, and 2, 3 on this side. And he has a tail. 1, 2, 3. And I am going to put him on a branch. So he's perched on a branch. And so the first line I'm going to do is under. The second line I'm going to do, it's going to look like it's disappearing behind his feet. But this is to create the illusion that he's perched. And then we can add a couple more twigs here. Okay, and let's extend this branch all the way behind him. And I'm going to adjust this part of the branch so it's a little bit thicker. Okay, wonderful. And now this is the part where we are influenced by our artist, Piet Mondrian, and the piece called Talfalgar Square. And so you will need your ruler, and the ruler is going to help guide very specific lines that you will need to create. And I'm going to run these lines this way. I'm going to use the width of the ruler to help me create those lines. And so I have one line, and it's going to be a double line. It's going to be a really thick line when we are outlining. 2. And then now I'm going to take my ruler and put it in a horizontal manner. Get the edge of the paper. So now the thickness is consistent. But then I want this one to be a little bit thicker. Okay. And now this one is going to be thinner. And this line is not going to go through these two spaces. It's just going to stop right there. And then I'm going to draw a line that runs from here. Really, you can be as fluid or as creative as you want with your lines. My lines are going to do that. And I want one more very small space here. And with these lines here, I actually want to divide my space up a little more. And you'll see the reason why when we start adding color. Okay, perfect. Okay, let's go ahead and outline our cardinal, our winter cardinal. And I'm going to go ahead and add in this part that is black. Okay, and now we're going to outline our branch. The bottom part of our branch. Okay, and our beak. And now I'm going to use the ruler to help me retrace those lines so that they are perfect and exactly the way that I want it to be. Now, when I do this, I want to be very careful because sometimes when you pull the marker or the Sharpie down, it actually gets on the bottom edge of your ruler. So you may have to come back in and thicken that line because it drags part of the marker. So I'm going to lift this up very carefully. You see where right on the edge of my ruler it's now black. So just be careful with that so you don't accidentally get black marker or black Sharpie in places that you really don't want to have a line. And these lines, like I said, there will be doubles, so I'm moving my ruler just a little bit and making those lines a little bit extra bold. And all these lines that I'm creating should be about the same thickness, regardless of where they're being placed or how they're being used. These lines should be linear and consistent. Drop my ruler just a little more and create this background line right here. Almost there, friends. Fold this line here and this line, and we got a couple more smaller lines, and then we will be done with our outline. Okay. Perfect. We are ready to add color for our winter cardinal with a Piet Mondrian background. Our cardinal is the color red. So we're going to go ahead and use our red for a cardinal. Okay, and his beak and feet. Wonderful. And our branch is going to go in our brown, and this is going to be the only color in this project that we're using, this and the color black, of course, that is not a primary color. I suppose your standard white too. We're not actually coloring the white though. Let's use red for these. I like how the red will stand out. I know it's not red, typical to have red leaves, but it looks better that way. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and start coloring our squares, our linear geometric shapes, squares and rectangles. In Piet Mondrian, he did not color every single square. So we're gonna select some, okay? So we got yellow there, and let's put yellow in this large rectangle. Let's use red. And last but certainly not least, let's use blue. And that's it, friends. We are finished. This is our winter cardinal inspired by the artist Piet Mondrian. That was so awesome, friends. I hope you guys have an amazing holiday. I hope you guys are safe. Piet Mondrian is one of the all-time greatest artists of the 20th century. He pioneered abstract art. He moved from painting to very, very simple geometric elements and use of primary colors. I can't wait to see your version of the Winter Cardinal with the Talfalgar Square background. Guys, have an awesome, awesome holiday. I will see you in the new year. Bye.